Hey kids, Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Now, one of the areas where Ducati skipped a bit on the 899 and the 959, I think, was in the headlight department. On the more expensive models, they've got full LED headlights and everything looks nice and white and beautiful. But on the smaller models, starting with the 899, what they've done is given it LED running lights, and then the main beams are actually normal halogen lights, and that's fine, they work absolutely fine at night. But the problem is, well, it's not really a problem, the bit that irks me is the halogen lights glow with a bit more of a yellowy glow than the white LEDs do, and they just don't look quite as good. So one of the best upgrades I think that you can do to your 899 or your 959 is to replace the halogen bulbs with something that glows a bit whiter. Now, what I've gone for are these. These are the Philips H11 Ultimate White Light Bulbs Diamond Vision, they're called. If you have a look on Amazon, I'll stick a link below, you can see where you can get these. They're about 30 quid a pop, and basically what they do, they're directly replaceable parts. You can just stick these in where the halogen bulbs were on your Panigale as it came from the factory, and convert that horrible yellowy light to a much whiter light. So stick around and stay tuned, I'll show you how you do it. Okay, now theoretically, changing the bulb should be a pretty straightforward job. It doesn't even need any tools. And the beauty of the Panigale, I say the beauty, we'll see how hard this turns out to be, is that you can actually get the bulbs from inside the fairing without removing any fairing panels. So if you have a look down here, the bulbs themselves have got little holders down here. I'll move the camera down and show you, and just point to the little plastic clip there. You see there's a light grey bottom bit, and then there's a dark black top bit, and it's the black bit that you need to nip the sides off and pull downwards to get the bulb out, or rather to disconnect it to start with. Once you've disconnected it, you then rotate the bulb holder anti-clockwise, and you should just be able to lift the bulb out and replace it. So we'll give that a try. Okay, so I'm going to try and get in there then and just undo that clip and pull that assembly off the bottom. I'm not quite sure how much you're going to see here because my hands are obviously going to get in the way while I try and do this, but these are the lugs that you need to just loosen off. Then the whole unit should pull downwards and off. So it sounds easy. You may just want to get a screwdriver and loosen the lugs on that side. Got it. Okay, excellent. Right, so that's the plug off. If you can see that, just got that unplugged. So that's the bit that you're pulling off. It'll only go on one way, so you can't get it wrong. But what you've got to be careful, obviously, is you don't break these lugs. You need to just move these out to pull it off, okay? And then you're left with the bulb holder just there. Hope you can see that. Okay, the next thing to do then is rotate that bulb holder, which is this bit here. Rotate it anti-clockwise, and you should then just be able to pull the bulb out. So let's give that a try. In fact, it was clockwise. And there we go, there's the bulb. Right, so quick word of caution here, I'm sure you know this anyway, but never touch halogen bulbs with your fingers because the sweat will turn the bulb black, and the heat of the light itself will cause hot spots, and eventually the bulb will blow much sooner than it would otherwise. So never touch those, or indeed the new ones, with your bare fingers. Always wear latex gloves or something similar, so get yourself gloved up before you start touching the bulbs. Okay, so here's the old bulb in its holder, and this is the new set. Let's just take that out of there. Not as easy as it looks. Come on. Brilliant. Okay, right, that's that. So these are the new bulbs then, looking resplendent in their blue colour. And then what we want to do is just do the swap. So let's just see what we're doing here. Is it the whole bulb holder? Yes. So it's the whole holder you want. There's a little lug that you just need to push in with a screwdriver to lift that out. There we go. Out she comes. So it's a direct replacement. Fine. Okie dokie. And I'm going to store the old bulb back in there because it's still good. And I'll just carry that as a spare for if I go abroad or something. Okay then, so it's just reverse procedure putting this back in then. Pop it in, twist it, and plug that plug back on the bottom then. What could be simpler? Okay, just taking a peek to see which way it goes in. Like that. I think actually that went in much easier than I thought it was going to. Right, now to plug the wire back in the bottom. This is Definitely one of those jobs that should be very easy, but actually takes a bit of fiddling. It helps you've got really small hands. I'm going to have to take my jacket off and wheel that around a bit. Excellent. Bingo, got it. Okay, just clicked into place there. Great. Okay, I think what I'll do now is I'll move the camera to the front of the bike. I'll turn the lights on with one with a new white light and one with the old light, and then you'll just see the difference that it makes. Okay, so there you are at the front of the bike. It's this light that's been replaced. We'll just turn her on normally. There we go. That's just the normal LED running lights only. And if I turn the lights on, bingo. On this side you can see the old halogen with a yellowy glow, and hopefully on this side you can see the new light we just put in, which looks a much more bluey white glow. Matches the LEDs much better, and just think looks much smarter overall. Okay, so just got to replace the left hand as I look at it bulb now then. Exactly the same procedure as the right, so I won't bother showing you again. It's just unplug, rotate, put the bulb in, put it back in, plug back in. It's a little bit tighter on this side. For some reason, there's not quite as much room, and you thought there wasn't much room on that side. So I'll do this one now, and then we'll have a look at the overall effect with both bulbs changed at the end. Well, bingo, for some reason, even though there was a little bit less room to get your hand in on this side, actually that one went in a heck of a lot easier. It unclipped easier, went back in easier, everything about it was easier. And one little tip I found was actually if you look in the front when you're doing it, you can actually see the bulb as you're putting it in and the little lugs that lock it in place. So you can see how you've got to locate it and nice and squarely and rotate it. So that makes it a bit easier. But that went in absolutely no problem at all. So really pleased about that. Literally took me a minute to do this side, so that was easy peasy. Okay, let me move the camera around the front then, and I'll show you the finished overall effect. Okay then, so turn her on. We get the LED running lights only again, and if I turn the lights on, bingo, we get the full dip beam with now this nice bluey white light, which much better matches the LED. So really, really pleased with that. So there we go, folks. That's changing your 899 or 959 headlights to make them a bit more bluey white. These once again with the lights, they're the Philips Diamond Vision H1 or H11 Ultimate White Lights. As I say, I'll put a link below where you can buy exactly these right ones from Amazon. They're about £30, and to my mind, other than the throttle spacer that we talked about once before, I think that's the lowest and best mod, lowest priced and best mod that you can do for your Panigale. Really pleased with how that was done, and I know I made it look difficult, but actually it's not that hard. I was thinking about going to an engineering shop to get that done, but it would really be a waste of time. It's a 5-minute job once you know what you're doing. Okay, hope that's been of interest, and look forward to speaking to you next time. Till then, this has been the Missenden Flyer. Cheerio.